LP Beloved star Matt Roloff's fiancée Karen Chandler shows off ring on date night after wedding reports. Happily ever after. Little people. Big World star Karen Chandler showed off her engagement ring on a date night weeks after reports ignited that she and Matt Roloff were already married. Karen, 57, and Matt, 63, posed for a photo together at dinner in a snap posted to her Instagram stories on Thursday, April 11. Date night, she captioned the photo, which showed all smiles across the table. But what really caught fans' attention was Karen's sparkling ring on her left ring finger, amid rumors they already wed. Rumors began swirling in March that Matt and Karen had secretly tied the knot after fans noticed the couple had taken a break from social media. "Did you guys get married yet?" one fan asked under a March 4 post. Another user added, "Matt Roloff, when will your wedding with Karen take place? Hugs." Although the Little People, Big World alums have yet to break their silence on a possible wedding, they announced their plans to make it down the aisle in April 2023. "After 6 wonderful years together, I asked Karen to marry me, and she said yes," Matt told People in a statement. "Our plan is to enjoy our engagement, and we're looking forward to a simple but elegant wedding in 2024. Matt and Karen opened up about the surprise proposal during season 25 of Little People, Big World, which aired in early 2024. "You said to me, 'I've thought about this a lot for a long time and I want to grow old with you.' That's what he said, and then I started to cry," she explained, adding she had no idea about the proposal. "Come to find out, he's got, my parents on the hook and my friends on the hook. I went into the room and fished the ring out of my bag and put it in my pocket," Matt chimed in. "And then I just thought, you know what, I should just go for it. And I pulled the box out at the exact time that I said, 'Will you marry me?'" The couple, who have been dating since 2017, went on to share more intimate details about how their engagement went down. "We're in our backyard in Arizona, like our favorite spot," Karen recalled. "The sun had set, so the ambience was just really cozy vibes and nice." The mom of one explained she was so shocked when Matt asked for her hand in marriage. "And then we took a minute. We just sat for a few minutes and just chatted, and I was very excited and I cried. And he's like, 'Don't you want to go in the light and look at it?' And I'm like, 'No, I just want to sit here for a minute and absorb this moment,' because it just felt right. It felt natural," the reality star continued. "It felt like it was always meant to be." Before his relationship with Karen, Matt was married to Amy Roloff from 1987 to 2016. The former couple share 4 children: Zach, Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob. As for Karen, she was previously married to Joseph Chandler. While details about their marriage remain largely private, they were together for nearly 20 years before Joseph filed for divorce in 2012. Little People, Big World. Karen just sold her house. Did she pressure Matt into getting engaged? Little People Big World star Matt Roloff might have been pressured to propose to Karen Chandler after her recent comments and decisions. Since splitting from his ex-wife Amy Roloff, Matt has been in a relationship with Karen, who was a longtime employee at the Roloff Farms and managed the pumpkin patch before she became Matt's assistant. There were rumors the duo were having an affair before Matt's marriage to Amy crashed. Although both Matt and Karen deny it, it hasn't helped Karen's relationship with the Roloff kids, who haven't accepted her as part of the family. Nonetheless, in 2023, Matt and Karen announced their engagement with plans to get married in 2024. After 6 years of dating the pair, Matt popped the question in their backyard in Arizona. However, specific trends have shown that all might not be well with their wedding plans. First, Karen refused to live on the Roloff Farms to avoid being reminded of Amy, and she wouldn't agree to have her wedding on the farm. Also, Matt's statement about his feelings towards getting married again, and Karen's hurried moves, suggest she might want the marriage more than Matt. After an episode of Little People Big World season 25 showed Karen and Matt disagreeing over what their house should look like as they prepare for their wedding, Karen sold her Oregon home for $529,000. The couple's living arrangements have raised eyebrows since they started dating 7 years ago, with Karen living separately from Matt. Although Matt and Karen revealed their big wedding will be happening sometime in 2024, They have yet to pick a specific date. But that didn't stop Karen from selling off her house, since she is about to become Mrs. Roloff. Karen's statement about cohabiting in the house that belongs to Matt because they aren't married yet shows how desperately she wants it and how she is using every avenue to pressure Matt. Meanwhile, after their recent spat during an episode of the show and previous comments about not being sure about their marriage plans, it's a bit suspicious that Karen has rushed off to sell her house after keeping it for the last 7 years. Despite getting a house with the plans of moving in together, Karen should have at least waited till all of their plans came together before selling her old home. Also, Karen's son Connor lived in the apartment before it was sold after separating from his ex-girlfriend Ashley Washam. Despite the excitement about their engagement and the anticipation surrounding their wedding, Matt's shocking admission that he might not be totally on board with the idea of getting married again places a massive spotlight on his relationship with Karen. Matt, speaking to his friend Ty and his ex-wife Amy's husband, Chris Marek, talked about how petrified he felt about getting married again. Although he doesn't see himself with anybody but Karen, Matt is concerned about how their relationship might change once they marry, noting, "We both like it and have been married. But do we need to do that exactly?" Matt's honest admission and skepticism called into question his decision to have proposed to Karen in the first place via People. Since announcing their marriage plans, the couple has shifted the potential date further down the year, which also questions their intentions and commitment to tying the knot. The couple's relationship arrangement has worked for the past 7 years. After Matt's public admission, the idea of walking down the altar might not have entirely been his idea. After revealing his decision to leave the family's Oregon home to his ex-wife Amy, Matt and Karen enlisted the services of an interior designer to help decorate their new home. However, Karen and Matt's relocation plans didn't quite go as they expected, as evidenced by their Little People Big World Season 25, Episode 2 disagreement over what the interior of their new house should look like. Matt's idea of putting a large piece of barnwood in his office in the home was met with a comment of "That's obnoxious" by Karen. However, the most revealing moment was when Matt explained he wanted them to work together on their new home, to which Karen replied, "I do look at it that way. We're not married. This is Matt's house that I happen to cohabitate in." Karen's statement about cohabiting in the house that belongs to Matt because they aren't married yet shows how desperately she wants it and how she is using every avenue to pressure Matt until it happens. Hopefully, Karen is doing this because she loves Matt, not because she is a gold digger, as some LPBA fans believe. Little People, Big World. Clues: Karen Chandler's a gold digger. Did she cause the farm drama? On Little People, Big World, Karen Chandler has had a reputation for harboring materialistic and selfish motives when it comes to her intentions behind dating and eventually marrying Matt Roloff. Starting as one of his employees, Karen began working on the farm as Matt's assistant for 10 years before acquiring a spot on one of the best reality TV shows. Matt used to be married to Amy Roloff, with whom he bought a farmhouse in 1990 to create Roloff Farms, which has since exploded in popularity to become a huge tourist destination in Oregon. Karen experienced her own divorce from Joseph Chandler, whom she was married to for 20 years until 2012. Matt and Amy split in 2016, giving Karen 4 years to present herself as a single and available outlet for Matt in his marital troubles. Having had 2 children with Joseph, Karen was likely looking for a way to financially support her children following the dissolution of her marriage, which is where Matt and the potential value of selling his farm came in during season 25 of Little People, Big World. Did Karen Chandler pressure Matt Roloff into not selling Roloff Farm to Zach Roloff? When Matt acquired the family farm in 1990, a succession was well established with Zach slated to take over after Matt was ready to retire. That is why it took the entire family, most notably Zach, by surprise when Matt decided to list 16 acres of the market without consulting anyone. Zach was understandably offended, and although he has not publicly placed blame on Karen, her lack of interest in taking on the responsibility of managing the Roloff farm presumably influenced Matt and Karen's decisions, which tore the family apart. Although Karen would not have been involved if Zach were to take over, she would have lost a large sum of money which she felt entitled to. That money most likely appealed to both Matt and Karen as potential funding for their new home, which they started to build during Little People, Big World Season 25. It goes without saying that Zach was well aware of the financial incentive Matt and Karen gained by removing him from the equation, given that he refused to talk about Matt and Karen's engagement with the producers during a confessional moment later in the season. It is no secret that Matt has a desirable amount of money from the farm and the 25 seasons of Little People, Big World which he has starred in. And Karen is benefiting from that with new homes in both Oregon and Arizona. Karen also posts on Instagram quite frequently to share updates about what she refers to as quick getaways in Cabo. While she may be enjoying a new lavish life, her new expensive 2-story home lacked accessibility for Matt to the upstairs bedroom, which displayed a priority for Matt's money over his company in her life. Not only did Matt likely support Karen financially in getting her home, but he also gave her authority throughout the process of building his new and expensive home. Karen told Matt, "It's still always going to be your house that we're gonna share in Little People, Big World Season 25, Episode 2, Get Your Girlfriend Straight." While this sounds like a fair sentiment, Matt went on to say that when he finds a product he likes, he first consults Karen about where she doesn't want it. Given how much he's spending, Matt should get the first and final say about where anything goes. On their new podcast, Raising Heights, Tori says that she and Zach are not dramatic enough. They go on to say that the farm deal forced Zach to become the messenger between his father and mother, which consequently means that Karen and Matt's heartless actions involving the deal contributed to Zach and Tori's departure. Zach claims that he has never been uncomfortable in a financially materialistic way, and that leaving the show is an opportunity to move on and pursue open doors which they may not pursue otherwise. Unlike Karen, who still seeks to reap the show's financial benefits. In another podcast episode, Zach says that his relationship with Matt is non-existent, and that although the dust has settled since they stopped filming, nothing has been fixed. Zach never got along with Karen in the first place and goes on to say that Matt and Karen are still in denial, thinking they've done nothing wrong, which communicates a narcissism that he must have put his foot down against. Leaving Little People, Big World challenged Matt and Tori to distance themselves from Karen's out-of-control ego, which clearly has in part caused the farm drama updates about what she refers to as quick getaways in Cabo. While she may be enjoying a new lavish life, her new expensive 2-story home lacked accessibility for Matt to the upstairs bedroom, which displayed a priority for Matt's money over his company in her life. Not only did Matt likely support Karen financially in getting her home, but he also gave her authority throughout the process of building his new and expensive home. Karen told Matt, "It's still always going to be your house that we're gonna share in Little People, Big World Season 25, Episode 2, Get Your Girlfriend Straight." While this sounds like a fair sentiment, Matt went on to say that when he finds a product he likes, he first consults Karen about where she doesn't want it. Given how much he's spending, Matt should get the first and final say about where anything goes. On their new podcast, Raising Heights, Tori says that she and Zach are not dramatic enough. They go on to say that the farm deal forced Zach to become the messenger between his father and mother, which consequently means that Karen and Matt's heartless actions involving the deal contributed to Zach and Tori's departure. Zach claims that